Bushugakinawea, welcome to week 8 of the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe's 52-week series. This week we're going to be looking at the Ojibwe People's Dictionary, the online resource, and I am Madeline Troyer, Special Projects Coordinator at the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe. Let us take a look at the word babamashi. I'm going to click search. So one example I want to share is when you look up a verb, it will often show verb pairs. For example, babamashi is paired with the VII, babamasin. When you come to understand the way that words end, it will help you to classify verb forms. I'm going to click on babamashi because there's a couple things I want you to be able to pick apart in this. When I come down here, if I hover over it, it's going to show me what these abbreviations mean. First person singular subject in a VAI means that I am being blown about by the wind. This is just another way to write it. Nimbabamash. First person singular subject independent. Another variation of this word, nimbabamash. And here we come to third person singular subject. In the dictionary, our VAI is always going to show third person when we search for a verb. Third person singular subject is always how our VAI form comes up in the dictionary. Third person singular subject conjugated is our B form. So that would be as he is blown about by the wind, as he sails about, soars about. Third person conjunct is not a sentence by itself. You couldn't use that by itself. It would not make sense. As we scroll down, we're able to listen to the speaker who's labeled here, Eugene Stillday.
Babamashid.
And that's our third person conjunct. Again, we can listen to sentence examples. I can say it, Ingi pawadan babamashian gishigung. And then I can hear somebody else say it. What I really want to share with you is this word part section. Not every word is coded by word parts, but some are. So when I click on that coded word part, the beginning of our root word, babam, in general means around or about. Walking around on sand. He or she is walking around on sand. He or she goes about trading. He or she goes about crying, weeping, walks about on the snow crust. So you can see all of these words that include baba have to do with around and about. If I come here to track him or her about babamaaj, this tells me in our VTA word subject coding who is doing what to who. So this is first person singular subject is tracking. So I am tracking him or her around. Nimbaba ma'ana. This is third person to third person. This 3' means obviative. So in technicality, it means fourth person, which we have in English. We just don't talk about it that way. Fourth person would be he tells her how much she means to him. So we're throwing about 2 third person subjects in a sentence. In Ojibwe, we get really specific and we call this the obviative. O baba ma'an, he is tracking her about. Or if we're coming to third person singular subject to third person obviative or fourth person, it would be babama anad when he is tracking him or her around. Doesn't necessarily make sense by itself, but we do need to be able to express ourselves in that way in full sentences. Here we're coming to, this is actually our C form, and I've talked about that in previous videos, but it's the combination of initial vowel change and B form, very specifically using the conjugation that you want to use to express yourself. For example, aye kuzi, no. So this third person in this context means Bebama Anad. So that's initial vowel change for babam, changes to Bebama Anad. This is our conjugated third person to fourth person or third person obviative. When we have the imperative, that means that it is a command. So, babam aj, I would be telling you to go around and track him or her about. As you can see here, our verb ends in ZH, and it is indicated here in the stem as an N, because when we conjugate that, it changes to an N. There's one other thing I want to share about using the dictionary. So you can search by using an asterisk word parts. If I search the word nib, put an asterisk behind it, search in Ojibwe, click search. It's going to show me all of the words that have nib in it or begin with those letters. This can be really helpful if you're trying to remember how a word is spelled and you just can't quite remember how it ends, or you remember some of it. Please use this tool. I don't have a lot of good examples about using advanced search, but that's another function. So you can search in English or Ojibwe. You can search by word parts. I don't think it matters what you decide by or start with or contain or end with. For example, if I search nib in advanced search, let's see what happens. It will show me all of the words that start with N-I-B. Thank you for tuning in to watch and learn Ojibwe. This was week 8. We were looking at the Ojibwe People's Dictionary online resource. You can catch that at ojibwe.lib.umn.edu. I'm Madeline Troyer, Special Projects Coordinator with the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe. Miigwech. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel. It helps out to get the word out there. Miigwech.